T minus 2 minutes. T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Know you gonna dig this.
La 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 la.
This is a Chick Off the Block production.
Your music is a blessing. I own every record. Your voice and sound is epic. The music and the message. But do you have a second? I like to pose a question. I have a suggestion. No disrespect, but it might help point you in the right direction. Have you ever thought long and hard about taking off and crossing over to the secular field? 'Cause gospel, you know you don't get paid.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? So what's up? My name is Yolanda, and welcome to Let's Talk, a late night, depending where you live, a late night conversation for creators. So, I wanted to come back and do these conversations because I felt like they were so necessary for creatives, for the faith-based community, the secular community, the music industry, just anybody and everybody, because we all, we love what we do, but also what we do affects the whole world. So it's just a thought. A lot of times creators, we don't realize how much our gift expands. So, the truth is you don't have anything without graphic design. You don't have anything without logos and branding. So when you think of, the place that we all grew up going to as kids is McDonald's. And what do you think about when you go to McDonald's? You think about the golden arches. You think about yellow and red, right? So it's the same thing when you go to Chick-fil-A. What do you look for? You look for the cow. So let's say the apple, right? Like as in Apple products, the best products to have, mind you. But the Apple products, right? So wherever you go, when you think about macaroni and cheese, and you think about Velveeta, all of these things have branding. All of these things have corporate colors, or when you think about Rice-A-Roni, right? And they had the commercial with the train coming down, and in San Francisco. I mean, just think about the commercials and gum, and they all have one thing in common: branding. and they don't wait until the last minute to tell you about their branding. So let's like football is not necessarily my lane, right? But when I think about football season and I think about the Super Bowl, I think that companies spend millions of dollars to advertise to you for 30 seconds because they understand they're going to have crowds of people around them at one time to see their product, right? So why do you say that? Tonight we're going to have a conversation with two great guys, and what I want you to remember is that nothing happens without hard work. And so when you want to brand your product, your church, your book, your salon, your business, you gotta get some people behind you that know what to do. And tonight specifically, we're going to talk about event promotion because this is what I know to be true. After doing this 20 years, what I know is that a lot of times people wait until the itty bitty mitty last minute to say, hey, I need a flyer for Easter. Well, hey, I mean, we don't know, I know, we kind of don't know the exact date that Jesus died, right? And we might not, it's kind of switches every year, but you do know that this day is coming, right? We do know that Good Friday is coming. And so a lot of times people plan at the last minute. And so we're going to talk about all these events. And we're also going to talk about stuff like Stellar Awards weekend and much, much more, right? So I have two guys. I'm really excited to talk to these guys. And we're going to talk about artistry tonight too. All right. So I have two great guys. Let's bring up the first one. His name is Big Ben. So excited to have this conversation with this guy.
What's
Hi,
up,
Ben.
Yolanda?
What's up?
What's
What's
up?
happening? What's up? I'm
I'm
so
good.
excited. And I think
I'm
Gabe
good.
he's coming through. He's coming back through. Okay, so he's here. So I got Gabe and I got Big Ben. I think they know each other.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
okay, so they know each other. They don't know each other. So
No, I'm
Gabe,
joking.
and
Yeah, I
Ben,
know.
this is Gabe.
I've been knowing Gay for a good minute. I've been knowing Gay since I was 12.
Long time. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Now if you're watching this, I really want to do me a favor. First giving shout out to, I was about to say giving honor and praise to the Lord. This is how you know I'm a church kid. Okay, so I definitely want to give a big shout out to Freedom Radio. They allowed us to be this new broadcast space. So Freedom Radio, shout out to the station manager D Toll and my fellow host Ja'Cory and Demetrius and Ashlyn. So we're here, we're having a conversation. So I'm gonna say it like he says it. Now I want you to drop in the comments, right? And you gotta invite your friends and Nuck Nuck and Kiki and them. All right. And so invite your friends because we're gonna have some really good conversation. Now, what I do know about these guys is they're just gonna give it to you like it is, okay? So don't no one to be in their feelings, okay? All right, so but we're gonna have some honest conversation. So first, how you guys doing?
I'm good.
I'm
You're
doing
good.
great. Can't complain.
Today was Palm Sunday. Did you go to church?
Yeah. Yes, we did. I had a good time at church now. Church was good.
Did you go to church? Oh, you go to Spirit and Truth, Gabe, right?
No, I do not. Actually, with the Bearside Baptist, I had a basketball game today, so that's where I was at.
So you skipped on Jesus to go play basketball.
But Jesus is always in me, so wherever I go, hey, wherever I go, He's with me.
Wherever I go. So okay, we're gonna have some really, really good conversation tonight. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about first because you guys do events, you do promotion, you deal with artists, and so I want to talk about what's ahead of us right now. Which is ahead of us is Good Friday and Easter Sunday, and so I know sometimes you guys will mostly do like concerts on those weekends and things like that. And so let's talk about maybe why do people wait till the last minute to plan when they know these days are coming, they know these holidays are coming.
Um,
You go ahead, Ben.
honestly, people just be late for everything, and some people are just fashionably late for everything, and we're doing everything, but I don't know why they do that. I I know for me, I like to plan my stuff months ahead,
Yeah,
like a whole year ahead, especially if I know okay, if I need to have this bid on this certain day, or I need to have this bid on this date or something like that. But I like to do my stuff ahead, plan ahead. Like I already planned my stuff for the Steelers. I'm going ahead. Let me be good. Be quiet then. Okay.
that's nice. That's nice. Gabe, what do you think? Why do you think people wait?
Um, Honestly, They not waiting. They already got it planned out. They just like say if you got an event and you already put it out, Ben got an event, you already put it out. Y'all may have the same artist that I got. I'm gonna change my lineup because you got the same artist I got. So it's not like I'm waiting to the last minute. I'm just trying to see who's doing what to make sure whatever I do put out, it makes sense. Um, if that makes sense. 'Cause the thing is, you got to think about it. If you're planning an event, you got to find a venue, you got to get the artist, you got to book the artist, the flights, all that stuff. So you already got a plan. You just really trying to wait to put that flyer out maybe 10 days ahead of time or before time, so that way you can blast it like crazy. A lot of times people put their flyers out too soon. Like there's flyers out right now for Vegas. I mean, if I'm not Vegas, for Stella's. Stella's are not to August. Like, why
Yeah.
is your flyer out with people already on it?
So let me back up and clarify. So when I say late, I mean like we know the resurrection and or Easter Sunday is next Sunday.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. This is guaranteed.
Right.
Somebody is going to call me or fellow creative or fellow graphic designer to say, hey, I forgot. Easter is Sunday.
Mm.
And so
Yeah.
then you want to sometimes I think sometimes people want to try to have this massive effect because they think that people are gonna come because it's Easter Sunday. And
No.
my philosophy is we're not in 1955. We're not even
Right.
in
Right.
2005. People are not coming just because you're on the corner.
Right.
So that will be the question. Why do you think people feel like they just have time, even if it's 7 days or 14 days out?
Honestly, it depends on the person. You know, if they're older, a little bit older, they got that old type of way of promoting their events or something like
Hmm.
that. But us newer ones, you know, since I'm in school for marketing, they teach us how to. You got to do months ahead, and
Hmm.
you know, plan everything out. And if so, and always have like Plan B, Plan C, just in case, because you never know stuff
Hmm.
happens. So yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Uh, honestly, I don't even know. Let's be honest with you. Like, I don't know why people do what they do. I mean, to me, it's kind of crazy because, like you said, it's Passover, Good Friday is in like, what 8 days. Why are
Hmm.
you waiting? I mean, honestly, I don't know what they're thinking about. I have no clue.
Okay. Yeah, I just think it's an interesting concept. So I always encourage people not to wait. So, for
mm,
example, the truth is, and the reason why I talk about this part, because this is a lot of what I do, right? But this is a part of our world. And so, again, people wait. So they'll wait to get the artist or they'll wait to get the coloring pages for the kids, which, it's a new day. Kids are
Yeah, yeah,
not, they're doing color. They're coloring on their phone. Okay.
right, right.
So, the truth is, if you're watching this and you're a pastor, you're part of your creative ministry at your church, even if you're a business, the truth is, on this coming Sunday, you should have up what's going on Pentecost Sunday.
Yeah,
You should already that should already be in motion. That should already be the thought. Those graphics should be in work this week. And so when the people come, because if you do it right, you draw a massive amount of people because people come to church on Easter.
Sunday,
They don't do fathers, they don't do dads, right? So, for some
mm,
reason.
right,
So they come to church on Easter and
Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day. They don't
Right.
kind of do dads right, but those holidays is when you usually can grab a hold of a massive amount of people at one time. And so when
right,
people are there and they're excited and they got their dresses on, when they look up on your screen, if it's not a screen, if you hey, there's nothing wrong with the with the clerk, with the secretary. And if they're standing up and they're giving the announcements or simultaneously both things, there should definitely be a screen that talks about Pentecost Sunday and
Mm.
what
yeah,
you're going to do. Because sometimes if you wait, and they can speak to this more, if you wait till the last minute to get an artist, their rate goes up,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
right?
Oh yeah, correct.
So, um, preparing for, so we got that covered. So tell us more about what you guys do individually.
Jay, you go first.
Um, so I've been in the industry for at least 20 years, maybe longer than that. I started out as a musician, so I was a drummer for Jason Claiborne, a lot of people, the who's who's. Then I wanted to learn the business because playing the drums was cool, but I wanted to make more money.
Yeah.
So I got with Henry Harris, Kevin James, Michelle Crump, Carlos Hill, and I learned the business from them. but I did my own way too. I learned things from Kelvin Leach, Sean Gibbs. I learned management. I learned security. You know what I'm saying? So I want to learn everything. When you call me, you getting the best of both worlds. Whatever you need, I got. I'm licensed to carry. I have my own security company. So I've been doing it for about 15, 20 years. Working with artists is fun, but it's like babysitting too at times too.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of artists, sorry to that, some artists, not a lot of artists, they don't really know the business. So me, Yolanda, Ben, y'all know me. I'm just raw uncut. If you ain't got no
Very.
money, don't even come to me about nothing. Don't even go to nobody about nothing. It's not about money, but you got to make money. You got to spend money to make money. And my
Absolutely.
thing is, I'm not gonna bust nobody's head over, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Because when I first started, people told me don't even do it. They said we got enough people promoting, we don't need you, and I did it. And
Wow.
some of the greatest artists you will hear on the radio, I worked for, and I know personally. Like I can call them, text them, inbox them, whatever, because my name speaks for itself. I do the work. Um, so yeah, I've been doing it for that long. How long? I've been doing security for about 10 years. Um, and my job really to get you out in the people's eye. I can reach people that you can't reach outside of social media. Because everybody's not on social media. Everybody's not gonna like or comment on my post. But I guarantee if I text it to them, they'll know about it. Or e-blast it to them or whatever. So I do what I do for the people, not for the money, honestly.
Wow. Huh. So do you think at this juncture that people still do it for the love of it? Or is it about the money? And we know it's a general, it may not be everybody. But at this juncture, do you think most people still do it for the love of it? I would, I'm about to say this, I would sing for free. So because I love to sing. I love it's just in my
All right.
DNA, right? I sing and don't even know I'm singing. Sometimes I know that only people who sing understand that. You can be
Yeah,
singing and people say you were singing, you like I was because it's just in my DNA, right?
Yeah.
So do
right.
you feel like people still do this, what they do, what you guys do for the love of it, or has it turned into just a monetary transaction?
I can speak for me. I worked for people for free. Big name, a small name. Or I work off their budget. I know I'm worth more, but at the same time, if I do my work, you're gonna bless me on the back end regardless. And I've
That's
been blessed on the back end, like just being honest. Whether it was a ticket to this, a pair of shoes, a cell phone bill paid, something. I've been blessed just by working with somebody's budget. So it really just depends who the person is. I mean, of course, we all need money to pay something, but I'm not in it for the money. If that was the case, I'd be rich. Just being honest.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
You
For
Ben,
me,
you feel the same way?
yeah. Honestly, for me, marketing and promoting, pushing people, it's a passion for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know when I first started out 8 years ago, um, 8 years ago, but I started in radio, and I'm still in radio. But when I got into promotion, I've been doing promotions for probably like 5 years now. And when I first started out, I just did. I ain't gonna lie, I did it for free because I was just trying to get my feet wet in this type of side of the industry. Um, but yeah, it's now. Now they do pay now. I do get paid now, but I just have a passion. But regardless, one thing about me, I'm gonna make sure I get the stuff's gonna be done regardless, because I have a passion to help people. So that just it's like it's in my DNA. But like marketing and promotions, like I said, is like a real passion for me. So I'll do it regardless. So that's
You
just
do
me.
regardless.
Yes.
This is cool. So I asked you specifically because you do radio.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask this radio question because I feel like I'm not the expert, but I feel like a lot of artists are very frustrated. That's the word by the process because they feel like they're dumping money into a space that's not yielding anything.
Right.
And I think a lot of artists right now don't see a reason to partner and tell me exactly what it's called to partner with someone like yourself who does radio. So help us understand why it's important for artists to participate or partner with someone like you who does radio.
So radio servicing is very, very important. But I can see from both sides, the artist side and the radio side. For the artist side, I can see that I know some people they spend. There's been plenty of times I had conversations with different artists. They spent $15,000 and stuff
Wow.
on radio servicing, and their song didn't get to where it needed to go, or their song didn't get that much push as they thought it was gonna be. And then sometimes some of them, no offense, I'm not saying any names or anybody, which I don't know anybody that does it, but they be scamming artists. One thing from one way of marketing promotions, we don't scam people. I I always tell them when I first sign them on, look, this is what I can do, but there's no guarantee you might get to number one on in 30 days. I'm letting you know now because it's a process of everything. I try to let them know it's a process for everything, and like on the radio side, there's some artists that don't know the requirements of submitting their song properly to radio. Some radio stations, I can tell you right now, some radio stations won't even play your song if you just send in an email, just the audio file. And no, you don't have no cover art, you don't got no RRC code, no UPC code, you ain't got no bio, nothing's attached to on that email, just a audio track. That's very unprofessional. And if you don't know, I'd rather you ask somebody. But I go back to the radio side. Some radio people, they feel like they can't give out information for free. And it's just help them out. Because especially if they honestly don't know. There's some artists that don't know the business side or don't know the radio side, how to submit their music, how to do that, how to do this. So I don't mind helping. If you need help, I can tell you. This is what you need to do. That's what you need to do. And then look, here's the link for that. You have to go. You have to research yourself. But I'm willing to help to get you where you need to go. But you just got to. And then also with these different award shows, I know some award shows have artist development. Artist development is very needed. And I know some people say, "Oh, artist development is no longer needed." I think it's still needed because there's a lot of out here that do not know how to do certain things. Don't even know how to copyright their songs. They don't know how to do something for BMI. They don't know how to do none of that. But yeah.
So I think
oh, go ahead.
I want to put a tap on. Hey, what's up to Michael Stewart? Jonathan Johnson's my guy.
John, what up, brother?
Good guy. And so yeah, he
Can I
has music out
can I
too.
tap in real quick?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
Let me shout out John. I used to live in Louisville for years, and I'm only saying this because he's on there. I don't even know what did you say.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from my time with Ben. He got me played all over the place. Grateful to him to number one in several indie charts through One Way.
Awesome.
Oh man, shout out to Mr. Dr. Jeff Robinson. Thank you,
what
Mr.
up? But John, a lot of people don't know John. They know John now, but John labored for everybody in Kentucky, Cincinnati, Nashville, Indianapolis, the whole 9 yards. So what he's doing now, he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta shout him out and a little bit what Ben said on the radio. When I lived in Louisville, I sold drugs. Just being honest, I sold it my own stuff. A lot of people they pay people like Ben or Michael whoever for radio stuff, but they don't go to the radio people themselves. Me, if I was an artist, I'm going to the station. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to the luncheon. I'm buying you indies. I'm buying you something just to get my stuff played. Because if I don't pay $1,500 to you to do something and I don't see nothing in 30 days, you got to ask yourself, what are you doing to even help the person you gonna pay money for? A lot of artists they just pay money and they sit back and chill. You know what I'm saying? You got to go do the work. Like even when promotion became before it got big on social media, I was doing it on cars. Like you know, you go outside your church and see flyers on cars in barbershop. That was me. I did it my own self. I didn't have no team. I didn't have nothing. Matter of fact, John to tell you, I would go to different churches in Louisville, pass out cards. That was me doing it. And I did it with my own money, made my own flyers, off the copy machine, Kinko's. A lot of artists don't do that. They don't put in the work to be on that big stage or be played on radio. If you're not doing the work, you don't deserve to be on radio. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Just being honest. But that's my 2 cents.
No, I can coming back to what
Absolutely.
Dave said. Listen, Dave is speaking right. You have to push your own brand. You're the number one person that's supposed to be pushing your own brand, your own music. We're here to help you, but you're also supposed to be pushing on your end. And once you see that your work, and honestly, radio personalities, when you do, they see that you're working as a team. They're gonna be looking. One thing about radio personalities, they do like look at social media. They do look at certain things, websites, stuff like that, to see uh, if you like legit, or you actually doing what you're saying, or what it adds up, if that makes sense. But I completely agree with Gabe said. But I'm glad I didn't have to. I wasn't in that era with the hand passing a hand like that. But I could do it because it's still easy. But I'm just glad I wasn't in that era. So yeah.
No, I was glad to be in that era. Let me tell you
Yeah.
why that era was so cool.
Hey, go ahead, tell them.
In that era, this is what I believe that's missing from this particular generation, if you will. So I gave this example to my church last week, and I'm just singing the choir of my church. But people think that's crazy, but I just sing the choir of my church. But they were I said to them, there was a church I was a part of back in my hometown, and we used to break the church down together and set it up together, or reverse, set it up together and break it down together, right? And there's in that. In real life, we did life together. We ate together. We fought together. We just did life together. And we had some of the best worship services that I've ever had in my life. The level of development that we developed together as singers was incredible. Now, what does it have to do with what you just said? Because at the same time, the pastor would say, "All right, some of y'all go and put flyers on cars, for these events, right?" So what it does is it actually, I think it's a level of humility that brings you to, and then you get to these places. Sometimes people will be in church. Sometimes still people are just coming outside, and you get to actually talk to people and say, "Hey, you're going to come to the concert, right?" People say, I had heard you're having a concert. I saw a flyer in my car." So I
Right.
think sometimes in this particular generation, it's like, no, and we're not saying you being, but
Yeah.
right? Some of these kids, they feel like I don't have to do that.
Right.
I
Right.
can just post it online, and all 5,000 of my friends see it. I just want to help you, friend. Everybody has 5,000 friends now. That's not special anymore.
Right.
At all.
That was special when it started,
Yeah.
and everybody was trying to get there, but everybody has it now. So when you post your flyer, when you post your cover, when you post your motion flyer to Facebook, to Instagram, to wherever, and you're like, "Okay, I did it." No,
No.
that's why on cars was so good, because and this is the thing, Gabe would tell you this, since he was in that lane too. We didn't just do it one week. We may have skipped a week, and then we came back and did it the next week.
Yeah.
And sometimes the flyers will be on the floor. So, but you can't get discouraged by any of that,
Uh-uh.
because there were hundreds of people that didn't know whatever you were doing existed, and they were coming to your event. So I think that middle of, like that grassroots space.
Right.
Mr. Jeff says it was a great era. The ROI was much better than now. Yeah, like that
Yeah.
touch, that
Yeah.
getting to know people. We don't really do a lot of that. And I love social media, right? I
Yeah.
met y'all through social media. But what it does is there is a bit of a disconnect. So I totally agree with Gabe
Mhm.
about what you said about going to the radio stations. What Gabe said, shaking the radio station's hands. Hi, how are you? How you doing today? And the other thing, while we're here, you have to also support other artists, because
Mhm.
it's not always your turn. So when it's not your turn, that's people like Yolanda so support, yeah, because it's not currently my turn. So I'm okay supporting people because I know my turn is coming, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
so, when you go to the radio station, it doesn't have to be your music that's being played.
Yeah.
Just support the other artists. Something you said about artist development, we can keep moving.
Mhm.
I think artist development is necessary for thousands of reasons that we don't have time to list in one live. But I don't think it's just about how to present your music. I think it's about how to present you.
Yeah.
And so when you're in an interview and you're being asked a question and you're not sure how to respond to this question, and then you ask a question that makes you uncomfortable, without artist development, you're not sure how to move through that space.
Yeah.
When something crazy happens on social media, right? And without artist development or wise counsel, you're not sure how to move through those moments.
Mhm.
When I think it's important to hug babies and kiss grandmas, But if you haven't had any type of if you don't have that in you already, and you've never had artist development, you will sing at whatever space, and when you're done, you will leave, forgetting that the people in the seats came to support you. And I get
Right.
it. Some people, they're kind of standoffish. You know, they're you got to find some type of middle ground
Yeah.
so that people will continue to buy your music or people will continue to support you. Mr. Jeff says, right, right. Yeah,
Right.
because you can't just be, you can't, I just me personally, especially in gospel. You can't just sing down the house and then when it's over, you get in your limo and you leave.
Yeah.
You got to engage with the people. You don't have to do it all day, but you should engage with the people. Mr. Just says artist development also helps them learn to network,
Be nice.
be
Socialize
nice,
with people.
socialize, speak to
Totally
people.
true.
Yeah.
Um, Ms. Jacqueline says, thanks for sharing that. That seems important. It is very important. Hello,
Yeah.
Mr. Kenneth. He says, this is good. Jonathan Johnson. And most of us weren't getting paid. So it was about doing it because we loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Hello, Mr.
legend.
Rich. Hi, everybody. I'm
What up,
peeling in for
Reggie?
a few. Hey, hey. So I think it's really important, artist development, and I highly encourage I'm gonna just give free ideas. Somebody needs to start a whole artist development company. That's all you do. That you have the patience of an ox, and you can deal with people's personalities, their whatevers. Because in my opinion, again, I think it's really really necessary. So
Yeah.
again, artist development is necessary. Preparing for what's coming up is necessary. So let's talk about what's coming. Um, let's talk about there's some summer events coming, right? Whatever they may be. How should artists prepare for what's coming if they want to be a part of something that's coming, that's near? How should artists jump in those spaces?
Honestly, a lot of events that happen it happened every year. I prime example, John Bickey has a VIP conference every year.
Every year.
GMWA, Stellars. Only thing changes is the city or the state. Um, Rhythm and Gospel Awards. What else? The Doves. All this stuff happens every year. Now, you do have it's an event that Reggie does. Shout out to Brother Reggie. It's in Charlotte, but it's different events that happen every year. You gotta get connected with the right people. That's really it. Like, stop trying to go to the top. Like, get connected with somebody that done it before. Connect with them and go from there. But these stuff happen every year. There's nothing changed. Like in fact, in Kentucky, a Derby is the first week in May every year. Every year
Yeah.
there's a gospel event. Get with John, get with Jason. Just get with them. They live in Louisville. It happens every year. Every year. This stuff is just on the website. It's on social media. Just connect with them. And like who said it? Somebody
Good.
said it best. Trying to find the comment. I can't find the comment. No, where is the comment at? Rochelle said it best. Some artists just lazy. Like, stop being lazy. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, Google is free. Instagram is free. Stop being lazy. Stuff happens every freaking year. Every
Yeah.
freaking year. I'm going to hush in a minute. Every year during Stellars, my phone blows up. My inbox blows up for the first 4 or 5 months. Can I get in your event? Can I get in your event? When Stellars is over, I don't hear from you no more. So what I started doing, I started ignoring people. If I don't hear from
Mm,
you from January and February, why are you calling me now? You
mm,
need me. I don't need you. I'm just being honest. I know that sounds kind of harsh or whatever, but I don't need you. I don't need your money. Like, yeah, I would love to put you on this platform in front of who's who. But I don't need you. You need me. So my thing is be genuine throughout the year. Don't wait until
oh, that's
your
good.
event is happening to be cool with Gabe, Ben, Yolanda, Rochelle, Reggie. Be cool with me throughout the year. A simple text or inbox goes a long way. You don't
Yeah.
know what somebody is dealing with leading up to the event or even after the event. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop at myself.
That's good. I'm gonna put up something that Jonathan said. You'd be surprised how many gospel artists aren't teachable. It's quite
Mm.
sad that everyone knows so much but do so little. So I want to say this. Last week I had this thought. Right, I have ideas every day, and I said this year I was gonna do a better idea of pushing out ideas. And so I'm like, I know XYZ has a person has a project. Why don't I ever see it? And I said this to Jonathan. I said, like I tagged a whole bunch of people last week. Post your project again. Why? Because McDonald's plays commercials 3.5 times a day.
Yeah.
And they are 70 years old. They do not actually, respectfully, they don't care if you don't like their food because somebody's coming. They don't care if you get tired of seeing their commercial. And so I get it. Sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm getting on people's nerves. But every time you post it, there's going to be someone who didn't see it.
Yeah.
So since we're in social media, like Gabe said, since it's free until prayerfully forever, use it to your advantage. Post a song, put it in your stories, tag people, put the link. Let me pause this right here. Put the link to your song in the story. I want to help you. We're probably a little different, right? We're probably going to click on your bio and go to the thing. This is just free information, okay? We're probably going to click on your bio, go to the thing. I'm probably going to type your name, but most people won't. So when you post your song and you put the link in Instagram, it doesn't work because Instagram hyperlinks do not go live in the caption. So it doesn't work. This is free information. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So that means you have to put the link in the bio section, or you should put it in your stories. You can click on the link, type the little link in, bump out, copy and paste, boom, and make sure it goes to your song. Make sure it goes where it's supposed to go. So I see plenty of artists say, I have a brand new song out. It's called Jesus Did It All. Okay. And we can't find it. We can't find it because you didn't tell us that your name was Brian S. Samuel. You just said Brian Samuel.
You're talking.
Yeah.
You're talking.
Sounds good.
What'd you say?
Nah, I totally agree with you. Totally
Yeah.
agree
Yeah,
with
you can't find it. And so you have to be accurate. You have to be sure, right? So I just want to plug it because I see it. I'm sure I see it. They see it every day. And people like,
Yeah.
nobody's playing my songs. People don't like me. No, we can't find it. No,
And
we didn't see it. Go ahead.
also, you got to be able to, you got to know the algorithm for each social media platform is changing every day. Oh my
It's
gosh.
changing every
It's,
day.
it's changing. You have to be able, you got to be on it. Like I said, you got to be on it. One day, the algorithm, one day somebody can see your post, and another day somebody cannot see your post. And like Yolanda said, you can have 5,000 people on your page. Now everybody gonna see your post. You gotta learn, and you gotta be able. You have to be able to be teachable. Because some people feel like they arrived. Like me, I can sit back and listen. There's been times that Gabe had called me on the phone and talked to me about certain things. Then you need to do it this way or do it that way. I sat back and I listened. Like I said, you got to be able to be teachable. Some people are not teachable, and those people they're just in there for the wrong reasons. They're in the industry for the wrong reasons, and most of the time it's just to collect a check. But
Yep, another conversation. I'll
yeah,
say this. If you're not teachable, you're not gonna go far. You're just gonna get. When we were kids, and I don't know if you played this game. Like Ring Around the Rosie, and
yeah,
you just keep
I
going
did.
around in circles over and over again.
you.
Ashes, to ashes. We all fall down. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Right.
If you're not open, as long as I've been, my friend Jared's not on this live, but as long as I've been doing graphic design, I tell everybody about this guy. His name is Jared.
Yeah,
Jared, when I met him, he was 26 years old. I started when I was 26. And I always tell people he was better than me when I started. It would be crazy of me not to listen to him. And so
right.
we feed off each other, right? Because I'm not too old to learn. But by that time, it's time for me to go. And I want to live to be 105. So how can that happen if I feel like I got it down? No one can tell me anything. I was listening to Kirk Franklin's Rebirth album today. I've heard that album 866 times.
Yeah.
I never heard the bass line to one of the songs before today.
Wow.
Never. I never heard it. I had to keep rewinding. I said, I'm gonna because that's good. Because you're forever learning. You're forever growing. But if you close your ears and you feel like I can't hear no more, I'm good, then you might want to do something else. So Mr. Jess says, for every one person who was annoyed about what you're posting, there are 5 that didn't see it. Stay the course.
Yeah.
Mr. Rich says, I'm still learning and teachable. I've been in this industry since 1990. He's been here since the 1900s. Man. So if he can still forever learn, we all can. So Gabe, I want to ask you a question. I don't want to keep it all night because I feel like in my first lady era right now. All right, so I want to ask you a question. On the same side, what I asked him about people feeling like my song is not working, you do a lot of promotion, and so someone sends you their flyer for their Usher Day,
I know where you're
and they
going.
sent you they sent you a flyer, right? And then
Uh-huh.
they're like, nobody's liking it. You posted it, but there's 5 likes, or nobody came. You have, I don't know how many followers you have at this point. You have
I
like
don't know.
over 10,000, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know how many followers you have at this point. So they're feeling like you have 50,000 followers, but 5 people liked it. And then I'm gonna give you even more extreme. What do you do when they say, "I want my money back"?
Well, first of all, if you give me a flyer and it's not professional, I'm not posting it nowhere.
There we
Now,
go.
in the past, I did do it in the past. I was trying to get my name out there and just be that go-to guy. But I was told by people that have been in the industry for years, what you post represents you. So if the flyer is trash, either you're gonna pay for another one and pay the top dollars, 85 and up, 85 on the low end because they got a special going on, or you better pray people show up. My thing is the event is only as good as you. So if you as the promoter or the event coordinator, if you're not out in the streets at the barbershop, beauty salon, talking to people, maybe giving away free tickets, but they buying 10, ain't nobody really coming for real because you got to connect with people. Like me, I
Yeah,
don't mind going to the grocery store or the radio station, talking to somebody's
that's so
grandma or mama. That grandma gonna buy 5 tickets, but I'm gonna give her 10 free tickets. And I know when she get in there, she gonna buy some merchandise too. But I know that's what I can do. Everybody ain't Gabe, everybody ain't been on Yolanda. My thing is like you gotta put your money where your mouth is. You want this event to be successful, pay that top dollar for that flyer, having a moving graphic. First of all, let me back up. Get some professional pictures done first.
Amen.
Let's
And
let's let's get that done first, or even get a flyer done. Like I tell them my own self, I know I need more pictures done. I just been too busy, but get a professional picture done, then get a flyer done, then go from there. Don't settle for a cell phone picture or whatever. Like you gotta put money behind your brand, period. And if
That's
some,
good.
some people not don't want to do that. And my thing is if you give me a flyer that's trash, I'm not posting it at all. I'm sorry. He's not.
So they
And
give you the
even
flyer. The
uh,
flyer is great. So let's say the flyer is great. First of all,
uh,
please take professional pictures. Let us please not continue to have these conversations. Please. Okay? I can't make you look like Beyonce. And
yeah,
Jerry's
yeah,
better than me. And he may be able to give you Erica Campbell. But okay, but I'm just saying in truth to you, the expectation that you want people to come just because you're talking about Jesus. I know people don't like that kind of conversation. But we're in a different day.
right, right,
People can sit at home and watch TD Jakes and
yeah,
watch
yeah,
whoever they want. They don't even have to leave their house. They don't have to get on planes and trains. It's
yeah,
not just TBN that is broadcasting. If we're going to talk about gospel or the faith-based space, it's not just TBN anymore. We all know this now, right? What am I doing right now? We're streaming. And so
right.
people can stream right now from their church. So you got to give people my mom used to say this, and she was not like, she didn't even like social media, okay? But my mom did used to say, you have to give people a reason to come and a reason to stay.
yeah.
Mm,
So yeah, I agree with him. Like all of those things matter from start to finish. Hey, what's up to my stylist? His name is Trayvon. He says, what you put into your event will be what you get out of it.
Tell the truth.
Facts, 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 facts,
yeah,
facts. Professional pictures, professional graphics, be willing to pay for the promo, share the flyer from the platform you paid for into other groups and places that could be seen again.
Hmm.
And if you're not known, don't expect over results.
yeah.
Hey, look, hold on.
Good.
So, amen. There's an
That's
offer. What's that?
that's good. Most people pay to get a flyer done, but don't want to pay Vistaprint to get flyers printed on this. Oh man. So
Yeah.
okay,
Hey,
good
hey,
question.
that's a whole nother.
Wait, so two questions we can hit real fast. First, what if they do the flyer with you? They have all their, it's good,
Mhm.
it's nice. They pay you to do the flyer, but they're like, a couple days, only 5 people saw it, X, Y, and Z. That's part one question. Part two is is street is street promotion still necessary?
Yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
yes. And the reason why I say yes, because you'll never forget me. If I come to you correctly, you'll never forget me. If I come to you with I can wear what I got on now or with a business suit on. If I come to you correctly, you'll never ever forget me. Never.
That's so good.
Because I'm telling you what I'm having, and I want you, your family, your husband, your girlfriend, everybody to come. I'm making it personal. Like you, it's a personal invite. I'm inviting you, like you and your whole crew. Okay, I ain't got no money. What do you got? $100. Okay, great. Here's enough for y'all. I'm gonna give you five free. If I
Wow.
come to you correctly, I know for a fact you come. Period. Matter of
Lord.
fact, I use church. I've invited people to church that I invited personally, not on social media, personally with them. Hey, come to my church, man, wear whatever. And they have came because I went to them personally to invite them. It ain't hard. You gotta get out there and talk to people. Rather, I can invite a dog to church. I can invite a cat to the concert and a little baby to the concert. I can do it. You got to believe in yourself. Some people are just lazy. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. This is easy. Like when I say easy, anybody on this live that's talking like Reggie, I met Reggie through social media. Well, actually, no, he met me through social media. But I went up to him in person when I saw him in person and introduced my own self. Same
Yeah.
thing with Jeff. I knew Jeff from social media. I went up to Jeff in my own self, told him who I was. I'm not
This
too
is so
big to really introduce myself at
wow.
all. A lot of people don't know how to do that. It's simple work. That's it. Simple work. And then a lot of people get mad because somebody like me is being straightforward. Either you're gonna listen to me or some excuse my language, I said nigga on here.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm sorry, some the N word gonna screw you over for your money, and you like, Dad, I don't spend all this money for this. No, I'm gonna be real with you and tell you, hey, do it this way. I promise you, you'll at least get 100 people in that building. But then sometimes on the flip side, you may have a building that seat 200, 250. Your budget was only for 100 people. So the building
Mm,
you got is too big anyway. So like, why you didn't get a smaller building? Me, I'd rather get a smaller building and pack it out than get a big building and it look
absolutely.
empty. And a lot of people do that too. They want to get a big building and do all this, but you didn't budget right. You didn't get the sound sucks. The band is the D band because you don't want to pay the A band or the B band. So like you got to put money to it. Any event that we do, me, Carl, and Ishmael, trust me, we put the money into the sound first, the band second, then the artist. That's how this what we're doing because when you come, we want you to have an experience that you're like, man, that was a double event last year. Can we do it again this year? Like that's just me. Like everybody ain't like me, but I look at the gospel like selling drugs. If if you want somebody that if you selling weed, you gotta have the best weed.
You gotta have the
And it comes
best.
with, if you have the best weed, it comes back to you every week. Hey, let me get that bag. How I know? Because I did it. When I was 25, I did it. So if I can sell drugs for the devil, I can do this for God easily, and I do it easily with my eyes closed. So I'm done. Let me go to music.
No,
I
no,
think
no. That's good. I want to read. I want to post what
that's it.
Mr. Jeff said. And first, Mr. Jeff, I'm so honored to have you here. Yeah, he's like OG. So you learn about the new restaurant in the neighborhood because street promotion,
Yeah.
flyers on cars, in your inbox, in your mailbox, etc. Street promotions are still relevant and used by major brands like Xfinity, American Express, and they still. Phew, you just helped me. They still mail flyers. And I asked the question because even though I do what I do, I I remember a day when people were printing, whether it be church, whether it be club, whatever, whatever. And most of the time, people was like, no, it's just for social media. And then they posted one time. That's the other
Yeah.
part. They posted one time. They don't do any paid advertisements. They don't spend any money. They just do it that one time. So I really appreciate this insight that. So this is good insight. This is free information they're giving y'all for people who are going to go to Stellar Weekend. You're going to do summer events, things like that. You cannot just assume that you posted your flyer and everybody's
Sounds
coming
good.
to your barber room. Like
Yeah.
that's not how it works. Because
I know.
everybody's a barber now, right? Everybody's a hairstylist.
Yes.
Everybody's a makeup artist. So you got to put more into it. Go ahead, Big Ben.
So I'm learning. Like I said, I'm still learning. I'm learning. I know from my award show this year, I'm doing more hands-on like street promotion. So I'm learning. I have not always been like that, but I'm learning. And I know for me, 2023, my very first year in a building, so my sports show started out virtual. Um, I purchased a big building, and I'm thinking it's gonna pack out because the way I was doing it, I said, okay, this is gonna work. I'm gonna put myself out there because I learned. I learned my lesson, if that makes sense. Spend this type of money, got the building. It was packed, kinda, if that makes sense. But I had, like I said, I had a conversation with Gabe. I have a conversation with two other people. It was like, okay, Ben, next year get a smaller venue, and it looks like it's packed. If that makes sense, it fills up, and you want it to look like it's overpacked. If that makes sense. So I'm learning. That's one thing I'm learning, and that's what I'm going to be doing this year for my worship. I'm going to be doing a lot of hands-on walking in the community, doing what I need to do in the community to be able to get the word out there. So I don't fully, like I said at the beginning, I wasn't glad back in the era. I'm glad that it's getting taught to me now. If that makes sense. It's getting
Yeah,
taught.
it's just again, it's a way. Number one, it just makes you. Wait, I don't care. I think I know we pick on y'all a lot. How old are you? So tell me how old you are.
I'm 25.
Oh yeah, so we pick on y'all a lot. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a pickup.
We pick on y'all a lot, but I think it's because I'm 45. I know. Thank you, Lord, for good genes. Amen.
Yeah.
But you're
And I'm
you're
42. Thank
you're
God. I look young.
42.
Thank
You look young, right? So we
you.
got to live like through the end of the 70s, through the 80s, and what Charlamagne the God on Breakfast Club in the 1900s, right? In the 90s, and so there was a different. I don't know how to explain the level. Like music just felt so different
Yeah.
Yeah.
from R&B. It wasn't just gospel. It was like R&B felt different. Just something about it. There was a different level of energy. There was a different level of the only way you could hear my favorite R&B group. The only way you could hear Jodeci's new album was you had to go buy it. you,
Yeah.
you had to get in your car or get on the bus, and you had to go to the store and purchase it.
Yeah.
You got to sometimes hear it on a little CD, or sometimes they would let you hear it in the store. It was just a different anticipation. And when artists drop music, we had to wait. So I actually appreciate artists. Donald Lawrence is great for this. He
Yeah.
doesn't just drop music just to drop it. He drops
Yeah.
always with intention. And I know
Yeah.
everybody, and Gabe can speak to this, but I mean Ben can speak to this. Like I know everybody's like drop, 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 but it just felt like Prince made you wait, and he didn't care that you had to wait.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I'm saying that because it was just a different drive.
Yeah.
So it was enjoyable for when the pastor, you were ready to get outside when the pastor let you out and go put flowers on the car. Because it was a moment we enjoyed because we did it together and we had fun. And, you know, just like he said, I love the conversation about getting out and talking to people. Because grandma,
Mhm.
she may be on Facebook, but she's
Yeah.
not going to be on here every day.
She ain't gonna know how to work it. She'll be like, asking that grandchild, how you turn this? Hold up, how you post this? How you do that?
Right.
Right. So it's a different era. So with what we have coming up, like let's go to Stella Weekend. Again, thank you everybody for hanging out. This is a really great conversation. So Stella Weekend, how should again let's talk about artists. Let's talk about events. People are doing events for Stella Weekend, right? And I tell people this all the time. There are going to be 899 events going on at the same time, especially because Yay is back in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means I would assume that most people are going to take advantage of the space. When Freedom Radio did event, I just felt like doing an event in Vegas was just frustrating
Mm.
for so many reasons. It was
Yeah.
just frustrating. In Nashville, there's more venues. You know the space. So how should people be preparing to do their events for Stella Weekend?
Go ahead, Ben. You live in Nashville.
I live in Nashville. I live 30 minutes away from Nashville, but I can get to Nashville quicker than y'all two. So, You just got to be prepared. For me, I already knew last year when the Stellars was over. Okay, I'm planning. I'm gonna start planning for the next year's Stellar. I don't know where it's gonna be at, and especially when they dropped the little bomb that I thought it was gonna be in Chicago. But I'm kind of glad. So I'm kind of glad it's in Nashville because hey, I ain't gotta buy no ticket or nothing because it's right up the street from me. But you just gotta be prepared. Prepare months ahead. That's what I do. Like I'm already prepared months ahead. Months ahead. It's very important that you plan accordingly. Uh, and even when it comes to events, you don't have to be a part of everybody's event. Just
Yeah.
because you sing, your voice might not fit that type of platform. I'll just be honest with you. You have to be strategic. Be strategic what program you want to be a part of, who you want to spend your money towards. They have a showcase. Just be very strategic because, like I said once again, cheaper hotels. Our hotels are cheaper. You ain't gotta spend no $800 on Vegas hotels. I don't know how much it was because I didn't go, but you just gotta, yeah. I got a lot of thoughts going in my head right now, but yeah.
It's okay. Okay, what advice would you give?
First of all, let me just shout out a couple events we got going on. Can I plug my stuff right now, real quick?
Absolutely.
All right. So we got an event going on. I'm gonna get the right date. What day we got? August the 15th at the
Yeah.
City Winery. At the City Winery in Nashville. Ain't nobody got that but us. Inspirational music experience. We had an event in Vegas. This is our 7th year actually. It's from 11 to 2. Get your tickets. Contact me personally. Go on tickets there. I cannot disclose who's gonna be there, but trust me, you want to get your tickets for this. It's gonna be a brunch. And anybody that know me know I love to eat. So it'll be bacon, eggs, waffles, all that stuff. That's happening on the 15th. Then on the 14th, we have an event called The Gathering. Um, the venue's already locked in. We need a couple, maybe like 10 more artists, quartet, whatever. Hit me up personally. Personally. Nashville from Atlanta is like 3 hours. I'm happy. Now I think your mama's on her bed. Shout out to your mom. I
Yeah, my
actually worked
mom.
with her when she had a group years ago. That's how we met. Um, Cheaper hotels for now. That price gonna go up, so they know we coming.
Go up.
And the food price gonna go up too, because they know we coming. But I would have advised anybody get a hotel now. Get your flights now while they are cheap. Because once they know like a lot of us coming, they gonna hike the price up real quick.
Yeah.
But me personally, I would just say basically like Ben said, we've been planning this, so we found out in January. We kind of knew in January, which didn't say nothing. We've been planning where it's gonna be at, like far as the main hotel, the hotel people gonna stay at. But yeah, you got to plan. Like, I mean, honestly, you should already know now where your event gonna be at, the who you gonna have, where you gonna stay at. You should already know that stuff now. If you don't know, you should know by the end of the month. Because again, prices will go up. Trust me, I don't look at hotels for somebody else, and the price I looked at a couple weeks ago is totally different now. But artists and some bands said too, do not feel like you got to be on every event. It's
That's so
impossible.
good. That's so
It's
good.
very impossible. If you on an event that I'm having, be on Urban Soul Cafe, be on something Yolanda having, be on something Ben having. Everybody's not gonna be at the same place. They're not. They're not gonna be at the same place because I think Nashville, your mom says it's a circle. I don't live in Nashville. So I don't know
It's like
how big or small it is. Huh?
it's like one big circle. Like literally everything connects together. Like
Okay.
you can go on one
But
road and you're gonna end up back in the same place.
but let's be realistic. If you go to an event at 2 o'clock and you leave there at 2:45, other events start at 3:30, you're not gonna. It's impossible. I know for a fact there's some celebrity basketball game going on after our event, but there's 3 other events going on too at the same time. Like you can't get to every event, so map out which event you want to do. Map out how much gas you gonna spend. You're not gonna be able to really eat like that until later on that night. So Uber Eats gonna be your best friend, just being honest. So like just map out and be like, hey, I'm gonna do 3 events and go to the award show that Saturday. And even if you're trying to do a Sunday morning, I plug this too. Contact those churches now. Don't wait.
Mm.
Contact the actual church now. Go to the minister of music, the administrative assistant. But hey, I would love to come to your church. Honestly, if they ain't got a budget, do it for free. because if you do it free the first time and you kill them, they're gonna invite you back, and they're gonna pay you the $1,500 plus airfare and hotel. Ask me how I know, because I've been with artists that done it for free, and we got invited back the next month. So that's my little word of advice for Stellar weekend, because it's gonna be a whole lot of events going on. There's a lot of events going on right now that ain't even been posted yet, but there's gonna be a lot of events happening.
It's gonna be a lot happening. Mr. Jeff said something really good. Also, Nashville has grown to over 1 million people. Things are not as cheap as when the Stellars was here last time. Book early. Lots of events happen in the city outside of Stellar Weekend. Yeah, I actually encourage that people kind of make a weekend of it. Stay over and have a great time. He also said most churches are closed to booking with artists already calling to be on. So please contact your churches now if you're looking for someone to sing on Sunday. That's so good. My wife and I booked our hotel months ago. Wow. And so I
That's
want to
awesome.
I will give a free idea. All right. God bless me for getting a free idea. So really, if you're a church, you should also consider the other way around. If you're a church, you should consider hosting a artist, whether it be a choir, something of that nature. They're coming to downtown. How can we? Oh, this is a really good idea. Somebody wrote it. How
Right.
can we be of service to you? Because right, we're
Mhm.
supposed to be of service to each other. So how can we be of service to you? So maybe there's a choir coming, and they could use. This is how you partner, right? Like we've been talking about. Maybe they could use a bus, or maybe um they there's the older mothers want to be around. I mean, this is the way we can partner with each other. And so sometimes don't just look for the artist to come to you and make your space big. Find out how you can partner with some of the artists that are coming in town. Does maybe an ex artist may need someone to kind of show them around the city? How do you partner with Ben to see how he can help you maneuver around? How do you partner with Gabe? Like this, like we've been talking about. It shouldn't just be just one sided.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be one direction, like gimme, gimme, gimme. Right. So we talked about doing events. Now, this is my last question. It's been here an hour. Okay. Well, my last question is how should artists prepare to go to Stella Weekend, right? What are 2 or 3 things they should have in place in preparation to do Stella Weekend?
Finances. Make sure
Say it
you
again. Say it again for the kids in the back.
finances. You can make sure your finances together. Put that look. This is what I tell you. This is what I do. I always, each time I get paid at my job, I put probably like $200 or $300 in my savings each time I get a check.
That's good.
So you always put that money to the side. Look, okay, I'm going out of town for the Stellar Sippers. You going out of town. You take all that money, you put it in, like, okay, this is the money I'm gonna use for that weekend. But always put money to the side. If you can't get money, as some people are more self-employed, for the self-employed people, start fundraisers, sell plates. I don't know, sell merchandise. Come up with different ways of getting some cash. Don't. I was about to say, don't do what Gabe used to do. Don't sell drugs to to get your, to get your don't sell drugs, but
Do what you gotta do.
Hey, hey,
That's
hey,
his face. Well, I'm gonna do it like that.
hey, no, but, hey, but listen, never mind. No, that was years ago. Yeah, I don't do that.
we know he's been saved and delivered, so he don't do that no more. He don't do that no more. I'm just saying. But you just gotta do what you gotta do. You plan early. You just do everything early because you never know. And like my mother said in the chat, traffic is really bad. So you gotta make sure if you're gonna be you're scheduled to be at a time at an event at a certain time. If you perform it, make sure you be there on time. Well, I cannot stand no late people. I cannot stand late people. Just be
But
late for no reason.
but also, if you are late, communicate with the
Yes,
person that's putting on the event.
Yep, yep.
A
yes,
lot of times you be late, and they're like, "Oh, I, I'm here," and then you expect to go up right away. Then you get mad at me, and I
yeah.
say me because I ain't put you up right away. Well, hell, you 2 hours late. Like we done started already, and we done shouted 5 times. Like we can't wait on you. It's 1,000 plus artists here. Why are we waiting on you? We're not. The show must go on. And if you come super late and you miss your spot, then you should understand and work out a deal with that person. Like, hey, I know it's my spot. Can I do it next year? Can you put me on something else in the summertime? Trust me, and it has happened to me before. Somebody came late. Hey, we can't put you up, but can I put you on something else before the year is out? And they was cool with it, and I actually paid for it out of my own pocket, make sure they was on it. So if you talk to the person, we can work something out. But if you just don't talk and show up, and you want to show up, especially get on the stage, it's not gonna happen. And then let me say this too. Don't come with no BS doing no stellars, y'all. Because some of y'all do
Do
it,
not.
and some of y'all think we some punks. But let me tell you, these hands will, and if I put hands on y'all, I will. Because I don't play with my people. And these events, people spend a lot of money to get there and to be on it. And one thing somebody else said too, look like something, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord,
Like,
please
like,
come in
like
with
one thing I learned a couple of years ago for the lady. I'm not a woman, but what you call it, the girdle, the help.
the girdle.
Oh yes.
Hey,
Shapewear.
hey, there you go. That come in handy. Fellas too. That help come in handy. Trust me. When you put that
Yeah,
thing on, whatever's problem gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? So just hey, go on Amazon now. Go and get that stuff. Trust me, I'm telling you stuff that I know because people talk about you in the audience. I know because I hear it. I don't say nothing. I literally will laugh. I ain't gonna lie to you. But go get that stuff now. You know what I'm saying? If you have a wardrobe malfunction, bring an extra skirt or a pair of shoes, change in the bathroom, hit the stage. Like do your thing. 5, 6 minutes max and get off.
So I want to say
great.
this while he's here. My friend and stylist Trayvon is here, and he and I are going to do a live together too. So let me see this from a girl standpoint, okay? So I'm a curvy girl, and so that sometimes the stigma is that you don't need shapewear if you're a smaller girl or a smaller guy. These are absolute not truths. I know that's not good grammar. That's not true. What a shapewear does, we're just gonna take a small fashion moment, okay? What shapewear does is it actually smooths you out. Sometimes it does pull depending your size, it will pull you in, what they call snatch. It will pull you in, but it also smooths you out, right? And so I don't know how to say it. Like you got to control the jiggle,
Yeah,
please. So if you're going to certain spaces, if you hanging out and it's the white party, I don't know how much jiggle you want, but if you're
Oh
going to go sing
God.
to XY, Z's Bishop's Church, that's not cool. Like I've been wanting to say this for a long time. That is not okay. And so I've always said this. Who's great at this? Kurt Carr is great at this, and he has a certain type of standard. And so for him, the ladies that sing with him, he prefers that they most of the time they wear dresses. If you ever noticed that they wear stockings, because you do it just in case. But if
yeah,
you're not sure, like you're going to go sing at, First Baptist Church, here's a sign: follow the first lady. If you notice the first lady's kind of dressed down, then that might be a key signal to dress down. But if you notice she coming, she's dressed up, you might have to dress up. That doesn't mean you have to put hats and suits. But I'm just saying, be aware. If you're coming to sing at Gabe's event and his events during the day, you might be able to dress down. But we know what's not bad is asking questions. Is
yeah.
your event dressed up or is it dressed down?
Dress
Yeah.
for the occasion.
What's the attire? What's the look? Because what I'm telling you, this what gonna happen right here is no game. And I know people feel like it's gospel. And I'm saying it I mean this in the nicest way possible. It's gospel. I sing for Jesus. No, 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 no. How you show up matters.
Hmm.
And you don't have to be, your face don't have to be beat down to the ground, but do put on some makeup. Like care. Be intentional. Even with the guys. Like loosen your pants just a little bit, okay? Like,
Yeah,
like, like be intentional. Get your hair cut.
May the Lord watch.
I'm just saying, don't. And if you say, well, I'm gonna do the glam room, shout out to my girl Queen Campbell. If you're gonna come through and you're gonna do the glam room, then be prepared, as Ben said, to pay for those services, understand what those services offer, what they do. Don't just assume that you're gonna get it for free because that's not how those services or those spaces work. So understand what's going on so you can be prepared. Like he said, save your money so that way you're not out of place. And someone said, follow the first lady. I'm telling you, that's my rule. I follow the first lady. And if she's dressed down, you might be able to dress down. If she's dressed up, because she's most of the time in Black church, we call the fragrance of the house. So however she is, that's usually like a signal to follow. Mr. Jeff said you also need to know this is so good. You also need to know the order of that house. Some churches still don't want women wearing pants.
Wow.
So I agree with that. So again, the great thing about social media is you can get on social media, you can look at their stream, and you can kind of get a gauge, and then just ask.
Yeah.
It's not going. I used to feel like this is so silly. Jesus don't care about if I have pants on or not, and in real life, he really don't. But sometimes it's not worth the argument. Put the dress on, right? Someone doesn't want hats in their church, just take the hat off. Like don't mess up a space for yourself because of these small things. And so okay, people are preparing for the events. You said have money, get your hotel taken care of, jump into these spaces again. Okay, so we're coming to the end of live. Anything, last things that people should know, because it's gonna come fast. What should people know, Ben?
Um, also pack extra clothes. I know for me, anywhere I go, if I'm traveling out of state, I'm packing by at least about 10 different outfits. I don't care if I'm gone for one day, because you never know. You never know wherever the event's at. Like you said, make sure um, know the attire for the event and everything. And ladies, please, if you know that you can't walk in them heels, please don't bring them. Don't put them on. If you're gonna put them on off the stage, not on the stage, because we don't want no falling incidents. Fellas, if you know your suit jacket too tight and your pants is too tight, you know you about to rip open. Make sure you buy a size larger. I know for me, because I'm a bigger guy, I always buy a size larger with my clothes. And I also, and a lot of people don't know, I wear a man girdle. I put it on because I'm a bigger guy to keep my stomach from just moving, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
wear a man girdle. It's needed, especially if you're a bigger guy, and skinny men can wear it too. It's just to keep everything from moving everywhere. But
This is so good.
and also just watch your environment when you're walking too. When like say if you're walking downtown, and you need just watch your environment. Watch, listen, learn, everything. That's all.
This is good. Yeah. Also, when you just said that, you gave me a thought, and I want to do this last part. I really encourage that you not go by yourself.
Yeah.
So you and some friends that y'all can all get along, y'all can hang out with. This is my thought. Don't spend more money than you should. There are times when you can be grand. I don't think this is one of those weekends. So partner with you and some friends because you're never in the hotel. You want to stay somewhere nice, but if you're really out there and having fun and singing, or you're just there to hanging out, you're really never in the hotel. So partner with some other people, split your costs, split the cost on a rental car, and have a great time. Now, if someone asked a question that I do want to answer regarding Stella Weekend,
Yeah, I saw that one too. I was gonna answer that.
if it's
You got it.
for, they said, is Stella's just for the artist or is it for fans too? I'm assuming they're part of the audience now too. So Stella Weekend is for everybody.
Yeah.
Anybody can come, right, gentlemen? Anybody can come. It's completely
Any
1,000 open up to the public. The actual Stella Awards taping, anybody can come. As soon as they
Virginia
put tickets
Hickey.
on sale, you can buy them. These events that these guys are going to have or having, they are 100% open to the public. I haven't been to an event for Ben yet. I'm sure it's going to be
No,
amazing.
I'm not
I've
doing
been
it
to
then.
gay. You're not
I'm
doing
not.
an event. Okay. So
I'm
when
not
you
doing it.
find
I'm gonna go support. That's what I do.
you're gonna
I
go
see.
support. So when you see Ben, take a picture because he's famous, okay? And so thank you, Mr. Jeff. He said, "Great job, kiddos."
Appreciate you, Jeff.
Thank you. And please go to Gays events. I've been to Gays events. They're so
Yeah,
amazing. A
they're
shout out
good.
to people like Carlos Hell, Kari, Dominic and Kari. I'm telling you, on both sides, you cannot sing at everything. So something I want to touch on before I let these guys go. He said something that's really good about if you know you're going to be late, don't stretch yourself. You can't sing at everything. They're literally going to be seriously events happening on top of each other.
Yeah,
And so do your best not to just stress yourself out by trying to sing at everything. You don't have to spend all your money. I mean this in a respectful way to the promoters. But don't know what you're spending, right? So if someone's asking you, you can inbox Gabe privately and ask him what kind of the going rate is. But if you spent let's say if you spend $1,000 trying to sing somewhere, is that worth the investment? Like these guys follow up. So what Gabe said is true. I don't want to forget what he said. I want to keep them. But you gotta make sure you follow up. So don't just ask him to come promote your event or you sing at his event and then they don't hear from you until the next year.
Yeah.
Right? Keep that relationship going. But also, you can't sing at everything, and then you can't spend all your money trying to sing everywhere either.
Yeah.
Like, just be wise. Like, there's some spaces that don't even gonna cost anything. Shout out to Pastor Hezekiah Walker, the Choir Fest. They're gonna put that information out soon. But just be
Yes.
sure that you're wise and in what you're doing. So this has been amazing. This has been great. Mr. Jeff said we should do it again. I wanted to do this because number one, what I realize is a lot of times people walk around just not knowing.
Yeah.
And I feel like we a lot of times complain about what we don't have, but we a lot of times are solutions to our own problem. So I didn't want to just complain about people never talk. I wanted to be a solution. So I want to
Yeah.
bring these guys here, people who do events. I'm gonna have Carlos Hell. I'm gonna have my girl Benita Bellamy. I'm just gonna have people come through and talk to everybody about the best way to work through these things. There's a question: can I collaborate on the concept behind Freedom Radio Talk Show? What kinds of topics? Absolutely, you can send us. Just send me an inbox. That's no problem. And then Mr. Jeff says, "Don't sing." Old school teaching. Don't sing and leave. Network with other artists. Get an investment on your returns. This is my last thought.
Can I can I
It
add
is
to that?
rude to
Oh, my
sing
bad. Go ahead. I'm
and
sorry.
leave. You gonna go. It is rude to sing and leave.
Yeah.
You showed up late, so you called. You
Yeah.
didn't even call Gabe and tell him you're gonna come late. You showed up late, and then when the end of the beat happened, you left. It
Yep.
is rude to sing and leave. Go ahead, Gabe.
Um, when you network, this is you don't have to do it at all. But trust me, I've done it and been very successful. I have business cards that are yellow. I got a blue suit on. I'm getting some new ones done because I got a new number. If you got any kind of promotional flyers, anywhere you go, leave them on the seat, leave them in the hallway, leave them in the bathroom, leave them in the hotel. Somebody's gonna grab them, look at it, have a QR code on there, so we can
Yes.
scan it and go to all your social media, your phone number, the whole 9 yards. You will thank me later. For the lady that asks, is it for the fans? I think it was a lady or a man.
Yeah.
If you are okay, I don't know where you live at, but if you coming, I'm going to pay for your brunch for the gospel brunch for that
Oh,
Friday. I don't know who you are. I don't know her name. Tell her to inbox me. I'm paying for her and somebody else. The gospel brunch is that
Jacqueline.
Friday.
Jacqueline Donald.
Okay, tell us in the inbox. I'm taking care of you and somebody else. And that's what I do. I'm gonna take care of two people, but she gonna invite five more people. I know that for a fact. I don't know a lady from a
This
can of
is
paint,
rude.
but
This
that's
is
how we gonna work. So inbox me information. I got you on the list. I'm taking care of you myself. But come to Stella's to have a good time. Don't come there trying to be grand and arrogant. Leave that at your local church. Come there to have fun. A lot of these artists we ain't seen all year. Just being honest, we see them on TV or hit and miss. Come to have fun, look like somebody. And I would suggest you get an Airbnb. That'll save you money too. Get a good Airbnb. Five of y'all go in $100 each. The Airbnb is paid for the whole week. So those my 2 cents about Vegas, honestly.
She said, "Oh my God, thank you so
Yeah,
much."
anytime, just inbox me information. I got you.
This is why we do. I see. I didn't even know he was gonna do that. He didn't. He didn't tell me. I didn't know. And this is all about what we've been saying, networking, right? So this is why. And this is such a good idea. I want to repeat what he said. If you are an artist, you have a. And I really don't think just because you're an artist, it shouldn't just be music people. So if you're a hairstylist,
Yeah.
you really should actually be at Stella Weekend
Yes.
Yeah.
because guess what you can do? Somebody's gonna need their hair done.
Yeah.
Everybody, as much as I love my girl, as much as dope as the glam room, as dope as we are, we can't service everybody.
Yeah.
Marquise is not
Yeah.
gonna be able to service everybody. So if you're a hairstylist, you're a barber, you cut fast.
Come on,
If you're a
barbers. Come on.
hairstylist and you can get it done fast, and you're professional,
hmm
This is a great weekend for you. And repeat what he said. Come to the events. Have your cards, have your QR cards. That means when they go to your website, it has to work.
Yeah.
If your website does not currently work, take it down.
Right.
Please. So if your website is currently in your Facebook, it's been there since Facebook started in 1900. Take it down, please. But that means the links have to work. Get some business cards. All they just said, it gets me excited. So that means business cards are necessary. Get some business cards, get some postcards, put your QR code on there, QR code on there, and be ready to put those things down. But you can't do it if you're not there. You can't do it if they don't see you. And then when you see guys, you say, "Hey man, I enjoyed your event." When you see Big Ben, take a picture with his kid and say, "Hey man, what's up?" "Yes, sir."
They got a new thing that's out that you could be able to scan like on your phone, because some people
Yes.
don't like cards. But yeah, that's another way, guys, that y'all can use. You can scan. I forgot the real name for it. I have it, but you have to be able to scan. Because some people don't like carrying around cards. Because I know for me, I like all the years I've been at Stella's, I got so many cards, and I end up. I ain't gonna lie, some of them end up in the trash. So
Sure.
I have to. So I have to all just scan. I rather have, because at least it's in my phone. All I have to do is go back and look at it, if that makes sense.
This is good. So I say cross everything.
Yeah.
So you have the postcard. Maybe you don't do the business card, right? Maybe you go up a size and you do the postcard.
Yeah.
You do with the QR code. You do it at some. There's different companies. One company called Dot, and so it has a thing on your phone that can scan it. That you can put your QR code on a keychain, and people
Mhm.
around talking to you, and you can scan your code. But the point is you got a network. And when they come there, and when they come to your spaces, to your Instagram, to your Facebook, they can't scan through all 800 of your pictures of your dog to find you singing.
Right.
Like
That's a
I
whole
don't
nother
listen to
topic
you
right
in your
there.
Taco Bell. Like, right.
Right.
So the first three, I'm just giving you some free help. The first three spots on your Instagram should be of what you do. If you do hair, if you sing, if you're a barber, if you're a promoter, how do we know what you do? It's got to be in that bio. Some people aren't just, some people actually read those spaces, but it has to be clear. But if we're scanning down all through and you with your dog and your cats, and y'all were at Taco Bell, and then you're like, no one ever connects with me because they have to dig too far. Right? So
Yeah.
And be friendly. Goodness gracious, it
be
doesn't
friendly.
take. It's not hard rocket science. Just be friendly. Even if you don't like the person, still be friendly. Just
Be
still be friendly.
friendly.
Because there's been plenty of times I've been around people I don't like, and I still treat them like they one of my kin or something like that. That's just me, because I got Southern hospitality, so that's just me. I'm like that everywhere, and plus I like to talk. So yeah.
Yes,
This
it
is so
does.
good. So we're gonna wrap this up. Hey, Shamika. So it's called High.
What else, Shamika? How Shamika?
Yeah, be
Yeah.
friendly, right? And we're at Stella Weekend. We're supposed to be some type of representative of Jesus, right? So be friendly. Show yourself friendly. Speak to people. And it's my last thought, right? Because again, I'm the first lady. I had like so many things going on. Don't take anything personal. Nothing. So if you see your favorite artist, whoever they may be, right? You saw Dorinda, and you've loved her since you were 5, and she's coming down the hall when you're just bubbling inside, and she said, "Oh, Miss Dorinda," and she didn't see you. Most of the time, 99.9, it wasn't personal.
Hmm.
She
Yeah.
might have been going to her car. Kiera might have been on the line. It could be anything. Don't take anything personal. If you see these guys, and Gabe's probably running around trying to make sure they're all right. Ben's, being famous with artists. I mean, I'm just playing. So, whatever the case, though, seriously, don't take anything personal, especially if you're just an attendee. Not just an attendee, but if you're not an artist, you just come and have fun. Don't don't take it personal if your favorite artist didn't speak. Don't take it personal if they didn't want to take a photo. That's their right not to want to. Don't take any of those things personal. Just have fun, enjoy the weekend, and do that, right? So, recap: how can people find you on social media, or how
You
can
can
people connect?
You can follow me on Facebook at Benjamin the God Chaser. TikTok, there's only one Big Ben. Instagram, there's only one Big Ben. And you can follow me on my website, to my radio station at www.owrentertainment.com.
This is good, Gabe.
You can find me on Facebook, Gabriel Tyus, Instagram, Keep Pushing Promotions, all one word. If you know me personally, you got my number, call me, text me, inbox me. I will respond in 24 hours.
This is good. So, any key takeaways? Anything that a last thought that you guys may have?
God loves you.
Uh, One thing I say that I stand on, I posted a lot. I got it tattooed on my arm. Keep pushing. Don't give up. It's not easy at all. Being an artist, promoter, pastor, whatever you are, it's not easy. But you got to keep going. You got to keep going for somebody else. So if you give up, then that person behind you gonna give up too. You got to keep going. Keep pushing. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Dan?
Um, Keep God first in everything you do, because He will never fail you. Amen.
Amen.
I'm
So,
a
since
real churchy though.
real churchy. So,
It's a
since
little
it's
churchy.
creatives, right, and we are talking about God, we are talking about gospel music. Can we pray? Um, I'm gonna ask Elder Titus to pray. Will you
Oh,
pray?
Come on, stir up the gift.
um,
No, seriously though, seriously.
all right.
Um,
Yeah, you got me on the. Okay, cool. Father God, thank you for everybody who tuned in live and everybody who will watch this. Lord, cover everybody from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet. Cover their family and friends, even cover their enemies, Lord. Cover everyone, every artist, every musician, every pastor. Protect us from the hand of the enemy. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
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 See, I'm
Amen.
short and sweet, and y'all want to do the offering? I'll take
Yeah,
Cash App, PayPal. No, I'm good.
Please send them an offering. But again, I just
that's
want
the
to
offering
encourage,
trail. That's the
please,
offering
please, the Stellar Weekend ain't cheap.
Nah,
So this is what I want to do and encourage again, right? You got to try again. And so nothing great comes for free. Nothing. So if you have an album out, I just want to encourage you. Use Monday as your motivation. Use social media. Use that hashtag Music Monday. Get up in the morning and post your music. And don't feel ashamed and don't feel like, oh my God, I posted it last week. McDonald's is going to show you them fries at least 5 more times tomorrow.
yeah,
And they're not going to care. You know, Amazon has a commercial now. We already buying from Amazon. We don't need your commercial. But that's my point. So don't feel tight if you're at church. By tomorrow, we should know what's going on with you for Easter Sunday. If you wrote a book, keep talking about your book. If you sell clothes, keep talking about your clothes. Baby, if you do lip gloss, keep talking about the gloss. We don't know if you do not tell us. And you people cannot support what they don't know about. So don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you're getting on nobody's nerves. Don't even let that be your concern. Just keep doing what you're doing, but don't give up. All right? All right. Hope everybody has a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next week.
all
Bye.
right.